Alright guys, welcome to FutureProof. This month we have a very special guest. We have Maksim from Santiment. And so the format will be a little bit different. We ask him a whole bunch of questions about having a data science approach to investments. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it.
Okay. I mean, look, don't you guys find this refreshing? Don't you find it interesting? I mean, all you see so far on Twitter or X is, buy this, buy that. It's all news. It's all noise. There's a lot of noise, right? So this is really a data science approach to investing in crypto, right? It's so refreshing, right? And obviously behavioral analytics, like human behavior, right? Like like what Max was talking about earlier. Okay, so let's move on. So this one is not so much crypto related, but this is about the founder of Santiment. So, Maksim, this question,
let's see,
explores the man behind Santiment.
Now it's coming.
So the driving force behind Santiment. Can you tell us a little about yourself, please, in terms of how you got involved in crypto and eventually becoming the founder of Santiment? Also, please share with us some of your aspirations for Santiment and some of the driving philosophies of Santiment.
I knew it will come. Okay.
We're exploring the human side of
human side.
Yeah.
Okay. I must confess, I did not think it will become as big as this. It was actually never planned. There was only, okay, I lived 7 years yoga life, teaching yoga. And okay, before this I was a software developer, long time. Then I got tired of it, said, okay, it's not fulfilling, useless. I was working for IBM. A lot of political games. Why should I do it? It's like, and say, okay, whatever. I give up or at least for some time. I said, okay, a few years I will take off software developer career and I will just do something else. What can I do? Let's do yoga and meditation. Sounds very cool. And it was indeed cool. So it took me not few years, like 7 or 8 years. I decided, okay, actually good. And motivated me to finally learn German language very well. Because I came to Germany, didn't speak yet so much. In IBM, you don't need to speak German. So after 7 years there, and say, okay, maybe this is now my future life. Cool, I can teach yoga. I was teaching it quite frequently. And then it happens in my life, like, I don't know, every 7 or 10 years, life changed. Nope. Now it's time to do something else. Why don't you, you used to be a software developer, now you understand human psychology, because you learn it in yoga a lot about yourself. You understand everyone's the same feelings, same struggles. Combine it and go out, see what's going on, and then go out, see what's going on. There was a Bitcoin and Ethereum, very interesting. And in yoga life you will live very supportive, the community. You do everything you need to do, you give everything you need for your life, and then suddenly with Ethereum and the pitch at the time, World Computer building communities, DAOs, which we defined our goals, and we have ownership in what we do. So, wow, this is what I want to do. I can still do it. And initially I was even programming a little bit. But it led me to the direction of market analysis, because I've been passionate about it a very long time, maybe 15 years. I like to do it already in 2007, when I entered shortly before the crash. Yes, I even earned a little bit on some shorts, but it was very little. And I decided, okay, why don't I invest in Ethereum? I think I understand the market. And you saw the way how, I had this experience, Whoa, it's very interesting. It's not what I expected from investment. Let me investigate it a bit more. I must be not the only one who is doing this way. You invest some money, you enjoy the pump, and then you cry and dump. Say, wait a second, it's very interesting. So I started researching, applying my knowledge, and then understanding behavior patterns, and just went very fast. Started writing some blogs, and people say, "Yeah, cool. You explained so nicely, and you predict the market?" I say, "I don't know if I predicted," and developed very fast. And the moment I went to Ethereum conference in Shanghai, 2016, it's like you go in the flow. It just push you. It's really at that time was relatively small community and many excited people. Later on, there were a lot of not so honest with intentions, but at that time I met so many exciting people, and they just motivate each other. Let's do this, let's do that, and they suddenly, after 1 year, end up, oh, now I have a company to run. Okay, very interesting, and came naturally and not exactly what I wanted, but then now I'm enjoying it because I do what I like to do, and there's a lot of smart people around. Quite cool.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. Okay. No questions online yet. The next question I have, right? So that, and this was probably partially answered. There are so many sentiment and on-chain metrics on the Sentiment platform. What are the top 5 that you would recommend to a beginner to start looking into? Yeah,
it's a good to do summary.
Yeah.
So long-term mean dollar invested age, for sure, and MVRV. There are a few of them, but just MVRV, let's say 180 day, always good. You look at this tool, you start understanding cycles. Then the moment you understand, oh, there are cycles and it can be depicted, you start looking for metrics which can help you to identify the tops. Without the skill when to sell and convincing yourself to sell, there is no chance to survive, like literally zero chance. So you start to look at the metrics which can help you with predicting the tops. Daily active addresses, network growth, and these patterns with who is buying small or big. So this will be my top 5.
Cool. Thanks for sharing. So I hope you guys are taking notes. Yeah, this is invaluable information.
The social metrics are very important, but there you really need to some sparring partner to understand how it works. It's a little bit like a magic. This one, of course, the moment you see how it works, it feels like a magic, but it can be standardized using social data a little bit like a magic.
Look, I use Sentiment personally myself, and Maksim mentioned MVRV. That one is one of my favorite metrics to look at. But obviously, that's not the only metric you would look at.
Yeah.
You have to combine it with different ones, and then sometimes I get it right, sometimes I don't get it right.
Me too.
And it's about, well, I guess as long as you get it right more times than you get it wrong, then you're okay. And also, it is about you got to keep working at it, and hopefully you get it right more times than not. So the next question, many years in the crypto industry, and when I say many years, like 1 year is equivalent to like 7
You know
for
this
stocks,
meme,
right?
You know this meme.
Yeah.
I'm 25 years old and life in crypto is so easy. And this is so great.
Yeah, that's right. So in your many years in the crypto industry, what are the 3 main observations that you have seen, and can you share some of your insights, please?
Wow, that's a deep question.
Oh.
3 main observations.
Yeah, 3 main insights from your observation.
3 main insights.
Yeah.
Okay, the number first, it's always about what comes up or will come down. It's a number first. Yeah, it's like, and it doesn't harm to repeat yourself when you look in your profits. It will come down one day. What do I do about? So it's number 1. And the second is that people striving for publicity, popularity, likes, they will never give good advice. Their goal is followership. Followership, it's a crowd, and crowd is typically not very smart. Every single in crowd can be smart, but once we're all together and agreeing something, somehow we become stupid. I don't know. So it's better we have always we agree on something, but you think, and you have a little bit your personality. So what goes up will go down. Very public and noisy people, they most of the time have their own let's say, agenda or wrong, doesn't matter. And number 3, it's never too late. Doesn't matter. The moment you start, never too late to do what? To invest in your learning and educating, because this will stay with you. Money can come and go. It can happen, whatever. Maybe it can get even stolen, yeah. Or many things can happen. You deposit to exchanges, and FTX happens, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's is it your fault? I don't know, not really. But your knowledge will stay. So you will be able, like phoenix. You can emerge. The more knowledge and understanding, persistence you have. So yeah, what up, down. Don't listen too much to very noisy people, and invest in your understanding, education.
Thank you, Max. That's very very insightful, and especially with that last one, right? That really resonates with me. Like, invest in yourself, right? Right, because it's a skill that no one can take away from you, and when you have that skill, yeah, okay, you've lost some money, well, you'll make it back somehow, right? Because you know you have that skill, you've got that confidence that you can do it. And at EquitiesTracker, that's something that we do quite a lot of. We do a lot of education because we feel that that's very important. So that was the 3 main insights. Okay, I've got a few more questions. You okay, Maksim?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay. I think I mentioned, well, you shared a bit of this earlier, but so we all know now that you are a yoga instructor as well, or were a yoga instructor, but you still obviously practice and you still instruct a bit. Do you think yoga has helped you calm you down many times, especially in a super fast-paced industry like crypto? Crypto has no holidays, 24/7, 365.
Crypto doesn't sleep.
It doesn't sleep. When the West goes to bed, the East wakes up, right?
Yes.
And then the cycle happens again. What advice do you have for new crypto traders coming into this space, for example, from stocks?
Okay, but it's sort of like 2 questions, or you want to combine them?
Well, you can answer it however
Okay.
you want to. Yeah.
Well, first, definitely helped and keep helping. And it's, I'm not insisting the yoga is the only way. It does help to me, someone else. I know in our team, there are people doing different things. Yep. And they're obviously smart and balanced and also very focused. So for me, it works the best way. And it has some additional qualities which I think could benefit anyone. It's non-religious, which is good when you deal with mental, emotional things. So you don't feel belong to any religion, which is accepted by most people. And it does give you more understanding about your physical body, your emotional body, the mental, your intentions in life, which is good. And of course, every time you do yoga or meditate, your mind relax. Or almost every time. Sometimes it's so pressure heavy, you need a few sessions. And it's good. The tensions is the only things. If we're very tensed, we cannot see things clearly. And the problems start coming when we're tensed. When we flow as the water, then go smoothly, more or less, the life. In this sense, which I think yoga helps me. And what was the second question?
Second question was, so because crypto is 24/7, 365.
Difference between the.
Well, what advice would you give a newcomer into crypto? Because obviously, if you're a trader, especially if you're a short-term trader, you'll be glued to your screen the whole time, and it's non-stop, right? You probably don't sleep a lot. So, what advice would you have for a newcomer, say from someone who trades in stocks, and then now they're coming into crypto to start trade?
Unorthodox advice. Unorthodox advice. Do it to the limit. Invest 1,000. Use leverage. And you will experience very fast what you will experience anyway. And if you're smart, you will learn your lesson. So you will start taking breaks, and it's a fast way. But doesn't have to be this way. This lesson can be learned from observing others. If you read stories or YouTube videos, how other people behave and burn. Then the advice would be there are always opportunities in crypto market, even in bear market. This is a kind of unique because in the bear market, in every single one I've been through, it's always the third one, there is always emerging new topic. Yeah, and you will notice it, oh, so I can play here. The whole market is crashing, I can still play here. And nowadays even you can play short, which I don't recommend, but you can try to do it. And it means that there is no single reason to push yourself to achieve results now. Market 24/7, every day, for whole day, it never goes away from you. There will be always opportunities. So you need to wait for your time. Either educate, or if you're already educated, you know, just wait. I've been practicing this skill for the whole last year. Like, there's nothing to do. Unless I try to play short, but I don't recommend, so I don't do it myself. What can you do? Small amounts here and there, yeah, you can, but really small. It's less than 1% of your total holdings, because, you know, it doesn't feel right, the market. So you wait. So there's patience and convince, you're being convinced there will always be opportunities. Yeah, and you can play small amounts if, like in my case, I cannot go away completely. So you need to sharpen your skills, so you keep playing small things. Yeah.
Cool, thanks. Yeah. So I've got three more questions, and then we'll probably close it. Yeah.
No worries.
Okay, so many people believe that crypto markets are manipulated. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at traditional markets, to be honest, the crypto markets with on-chain analytics tools like yours, it makes crypto markets even more transparent than TradFi, than traditional markets. But the question is, if many believe that crypto markets are manipulated, can tools like Santiment, with the ability to look at on-chain data, can that help identify when things are being manipulated, for example?
Can I give one more unorthodox answer?
Sure.
Okay. It's not about tools and data. They can, but if there is some little bit wrong switch in our head that prevent us from using it properly, no tools or data can help. And there's a little bit switch. Crypto market to extreme, like multiply 10, is a very harsh area. So if we go there with expectation, oh, there are manipulators. Of course there are, but it's not manipulators, it's sharks. It's a very skilled, professional, ruthless sharks. They don't care about your feelings, your portfolio. The only goal is maximize the profits on every level. On exchange, on market makers, MEV, whenever you look, they're everywhere. Yeah? They will tell you a lot of nice stories and use it as your exit liquidity. So what do you do? Are they manipulators, or you accept, yeah, this is a pond which is filled with sharks, and I'm here there. So the moment you have this attitude, now you can use the data. Because, okay, I'm a small fish, I need to survive. I don't call out and say, hey, there are so many manipulators. It doesn't help me. Yeah? If I lose, okay, I take as a lesson and I repeat again. Yeah? Then tools or data will help. Because you need to keep your mental or emotional level strong. Yeah? The moment you start blaming others, you're losing. Yeah? Your power goes down. You blame someone else, you take responsibility, or let's say you don't use it as a chance to get to the next level or to the next stage, your power goes down. So don't lose the power. Whatever they're doing, yeah, they're ruthless. Need to take it from day one. They will always be like this around.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your insights. you know, on that note, I guess I guess the same happens in traditional markets as well, right? I mean, they are out there and they are professional. They have professional tools, and they plan. They don't just buy something or sell something because their friend's gardener told them to, right? Or the taxi driver or the Grab driver on the way to wherever you're going said, hey, you know, you have to look into this and buy that. You don't do that, right? There's a lot of planning, there's a lot of research, there's a lot of analysis that happens before they execute their plan, whatever their plan is. So if you just go in blind, then more than likely you will lose your money. Yeah.
Sooner or later.
Yeah, sorry?
Sooner or later.
Yeah, sooner or later.
In crypto,
yeah.
sooner.
Yeah, a lot faster.
Because it's 24/7.
Yeah, that's right.
Happens faster.
Yeah. Okay, look, I think we're at the end of the session. Actually, wait, is there one question? Okay, there's one question. I'm just going to read it out. Is there a correlation between crypto cycles, the U.S. stock, forex, and
Yes. It's the whole economy. It's a one. It's a one, and it's connected from 2012 onwards. I think for professional, and then more and more player became clear what is the approach of central banks and governments with pumping liquidity. So everything generally went up. It's just crypto went up on steroids, up and down, up and down, up and down. So crypto is much faster. But if you remove this steroids part, everything went up. Now, what we have lately, everything crashed down. So it's a kind of related. And then, of course, because of the cycles, sometimes it's commodity preferred, and then money goes there, and then now it's in bonds and treasuries. So the money pulled out from the market and they stay there. So the stocks and crypto crashes. It's interconnected. I'm not professional enough to build the whole picture in one beautiful chart, but I see from the data observed it's definitely interconnected. It's especially now. It was maybe 5 years ago. Crypto was living its own life. Oh, now the same players. After JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs or whatever you call them entered the game, you never know what they're doing background, but you must expect they're trying to maximize their profits and they're playing this game, so it will be now even more interconnected.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, in Singapore in Token 2049, we had the CEO of Franklin Templeton on stage. Now, Franklin Templeton has 1.5 trillion in assets under management. They're starting to, if they're officially looking into this, you're pretty sure that they've been researching this for the last few years, and those guys who have been researching have probably have their own money in it before that, right? So, yeah.
But do you know they are customers?
Sorry?
Franklin Templeton are our customers.
They're your customers?
Yes, but they keep it like we don't really know what they using it for.
Yeah.
We try to give them education. Maybe you want. Of course, we wanted to increase our invoice. Obvious,
of course,
as a company. But also we wanted to really. It's interesting. Not so many customers like this exist.
Yeah.
Franklin. Well, we have also Coinbase or Ripple. We have quite a few customers. It's always interesting to talk with them directly to learn also how they think. What do they expect?
Yeah.
But they're quite restrictive.
They're not sharing too much.
No. But they ask questions,
Yeah.
And they're learning quite fast. They started, was very interesting. They started they were thinking or trying to analyze the market, very traditional stocks. And the first things we say, maybe you look here and there, it looks different. And it's the first time we tried to educate, it was about this. But they're learning fast.
Yeah, that leads me to there was a slide that you had, Maksim, on where you're looking at the sharks and the small whales.
Yes.
Where the sharks and the small whales, and that's right, keep dumping to the shrimps, right?
Yeah.
The same happens in traditional markets, right? Because we track the institutional investors and we look at the retail investors. Every time the institutional investors buy, the retail investors sell. Every time the retail investors buy, the institutional investors we'll dump on them. So the same happens in crypto. The same happens in traditional markets.
Now look.
Yeah, it's quite.
It seems like a pattern.
yeah. It seems like a pattern, right? So if you're a shrimp, I guess educate yourself, right? Educate yourself. Figure out how these big boys or the whales and the sharks do it, and try to pretend to be one and think.
At least think like one.
Yeah, think like one. Okay. We've got one last question, and then I will.
Since you started Santiment many years ago, there have been a lot of other data providers under the space and track the crypto market. From your perspective, what differentiates Santiment from these other players like Dune and so on? What would be your? I know this might seem a bit confidential, but is there anything that you highlight when you talk to potential clients or that they're trying to struggling to compare between one platform and another?
That's a good question.
Thanks.
And not confidential at all. In one way, you can always differentiate projects by their founders. So if I know their founders, and we are different in where we're coming from, where our strong point. So you can see or predict where it will develop, as long as the founders lead in the company. So in Dune, Nonsense, Glassnode, us, Messari, I can go into saying difference where strong and not so strong points are, and then I will have. Well, I will be honest, but it will take a little bit longer time. The shorter version would be. Okay, I will say then strong and probably weak points of us. Okay, that will be fair. So the strong point will be because I always look in actually not only market whole life, always holistically. It's never split it. Let's say in the market's never only on-chain for me. I always will look on-chain, social, dev activity, price, everything myself. And we build platform like this. You have to do whatever you do in the market or in life, you need to understand the whole picture. It's never one-sided story. Even in normal life, if something bad, well, there is a reason, and maybe it will become good. So you always try to understand the whole picture. It will always be a strong side of our platform. Whenever we develop any new metrics or new protocol or some small feature product, I keep pushing how can we understand the whole things. The first thing, the whole market. If you don't understand the whole market, the details might be not so helpful too. And the second, it's on-chain, social, dev activity, pricing, clustering of the data. It will be always our strong side. I think none of competitors take it as a mission. It's difficult. Our team is 54 people, and sometimes they complain we don't have enough. It's a big data. It's complicated. But it also means at the same time it's a bit weak side. Actually, it could be sometimes painful for me as a weak side if you don't focus just on a chain. And like in the case of later, not only on chain, but not only on labeling, but labeling specific addresses. Wow, you can be very good in it, like really good. And I know competitors and sometimes very good. There was a time Glassnode maybe still are very good in Bitcoin-related metrics, plenty of them. And very nicely designed and visualized. They can do it because they've been long time they didn't do anything else, just Bitcoin metrics. Then they added ERC20, but not all of them, only a small part because it's difficult. It's very expensive. It's your system is crashing, your servers are growing. It's a nightmare for engineers. So if whatever they do, specific areas they do very well, and maybe in every angle where what they're doing could be not as good as they are, but if you combine everything, so you can come to Santiment and build your whole overview picture. Yeah, so it's a good and a bit weaker side.
Cool. Thanks for the last question. I think we'll end the session here tonight. Thank you so much all for coming. But before I end it, any closing thoughts, Maksim?
Thanks for inviting. It was a great pleasure to. Actually, we spent quite some time also before you came to us.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
I really enjoyed the questions and your attention and focus. I'm quite confident many of you will do better results in the future.